Well, I like these placements. Okay, you actually got a Taurus sun with moon in Aquarius. So, he's going to be like a know-it-all and a rebellious person, and he's going to be very, if he's insecure financially, he will always cling to his mama. So, and it's very hard for him to show appreciation to you, but I'm sure he does appreciate you, but it's hard for him to show that he appreciates very much because his moon is in Aquarius. And you will just treat him like the outcast, that he needs to be punished and he needs to be disciplined because he's all over the place. As in, he might just be the weirdo outcast to you in a way. Also, he's also has fourth house Leo though, so in the fourth house at his home, he's like the narcissist child. He's the kid that you feel like is you're his biggest fan. You want him to be in the raw stage for who he is on the inside. And his heart is a little bit harder emotions in life, obviously. 10th house is Aquarius, which is his reputation, and that's his stage in life, who he wants to be shown as, and advertise himself as the Aquarius, the know-it-all, the one who astrology. He could teach astrology. He'll understand the languages of astrology. So get him into that. And the fourth house of Leo is like the home and the environment he wants to be. He's the king of the house. He's the king, and it's like, he don't learn through these experiences of, like punishment, but in the moon Aquarius, he has to go through it anyways. That's how you have to treat him, in a way. And it's his life a little bit harder. He's Gemini rising, so he's talkative, I guess, or he could be very quiet on the inside, but talkative. And then his Mercury is in Aries, so he will be very aggressive the way he talks. He'll be fast, He'll be more at war. Everything's a war, and he's gonna win, but it's gonna be okay. Because he's all forgiving at the end. Like, he's just trying to get the heart of the matter while he's talking. Like, he's really aggressive when he talks. Like, he can be really mad, but his Mars is in Taurus, though. That's how you get mad. He don't want to get mad because he doesn't want to eliminate the pleasures and the relaxation he has in life. But his inner self is like, oh, too worried all the time. So it just keeps him stagnant to where he can't just move. And like his Mars, his willpower is slow, and his willpower is how he gets mad if you nitpick at him and nitpick at him. He's not gonna get mad yet, but you're gonna test him. You want to test him, and he'll test you too when he gets mad, because on his inside with his emotions, like he'll test you to see how far you will go with it. If you're not on his team, he's gonna be out. You're not gonna be on his team. He's not on your team either. He's your enemy, but he will definitely scorn you once you nitpick at him too much. But he doesn't get mad at first. He's very silent and sneaky, and you want to know what's making him mad because it's mysterious. So you're just fucking end up pushing him to the edge to make him fucking mad, to where he's a moon and more of Aquarius again, the outcast. He feels like he doesn't fit anywhere. He's just the outcast, but he is this elite person. His Jupiter is in Taurus, so he's very fucking lucky with all the possessions that he has gathered, and he has a little. You know what I'm saying? He's lucky with his own stability, and that he has food on the fucking table. And he could be lucky with making his own business happen anyways. Like, he could make his own business. And it's also his Jupiter is in the 12th house of spirituality. Wow, the supernatural, the soul. The 12th house where he can be psychic and spirits are around him. He can see into the spiritual world. And it's Aries. He's like the first childlike one and aggressive there. Like, and it comes from his Mercury. He can transform that Mercury. His Mercury, how he talks to everybody, he talks to all his friends and social media as a Pisces. Like, he's a psychic person with social media and his friends and his hopes, wishes, and dreams. He's more of an unconditional loving Pisces and a creative person and around his friends. And his moon sign, he wants to be a mama's friend, and you should be his friend too, because you're like a friend, you're a sister, and you are a mother, like I said. And this is where he's more your friend. And he's also has learning responsibilities through his mother. It's a harder life. He is a bitch mom. He's gonna think that you're a fucking bitch and rebel. I mean, that's what kids do. That's what kids do. And then his moon sign in the house of the 9th house is the preachy house. That's kind of like you sort of growing him up kind of like you in a way, but not really. Like, almost being Moon and Sagittarius, like he goes on adventures and he likes to preach his own experience in a Capricorn stable way, but in Aquarius, you know what I mean? Like, rebellious way too, but like his reputation's at hand when his emotions are with his reputations in a way, because his 10th house is Aquarius, so his inner self, what he's learned, his life lesson he's going to teach and be remembered for how hard he had it, and how everyone's seen him as the friend that everyone wants to be around, because he's like a king at home and stuff, right? And then like his 3rd house is Cancer, so he is a little mothering, nourishing, little talking creature, because he was around his brothers and stuff, and he probably mothered them and befriended them, and also wanted his own space as well, because it's like about time. He has thoughts racing through his head, and everyone sees him as a schizophrenic, multiple personality person. Just switches faces, because he's Gemini rising, and he's talkative like me. I'm Gemini cause Cancer rising. Hello. So he's a very fast talker, right? His Lilith is in Capricorn, so he's going to be very proud of his reputation, no matter how weird it is and stuff. And he's rebelling to get money to be this midheaven, which is going to be weird and unusual in his higher self, because, you know, he's taking his time with his reputation and his Lilith, how he's rebelling to get to be his reputation, which is inner self, to get inside out through the view of God. God's looking at him and being this father disciplining person, like he's halfway in the emotions and halfway above the water, like a sea goat. He can't let the emotions cloud his energy to where his focus is on, or whatever, while he's swimming with hoods. He swims with hoods. He's a little mermaid who swims with hoods. And he's rebelling. His Lilith is also in the 12th, is in the 8th house. So when he's in the darkness and despair, and he's going wild, rebelling to be this Capricorn, his reputation is coming, and how he's going to be remembered. He wants to be remembered as the solid, more stable person with money, and has this, you know, stuff like car and crap, and is the disciplined one. In the 8th house of this occult knowledge, darkness and despair and sex and transformation, and he becomes a Sagittarius, adventurous person, this jovial person, gambling with life, and you know what I mean, like happy-go-lucky and like dumb in a way, but you know, in the darkness, when he gets in danger, like when he tells himself, like he rebels, and he becomes like this person who might just you know, he's very rebellious too when he's trapped in like a prison feeling state of mind or whatever, like, you know, and he becomes kind of dumb and clumsy with his thoughts and the fire that he wants, and he would just move away real quick, like he would run away just to get away from everything. When he's feeling like this, he would just run away and rebel to keep himself solid. And his Saturn's in Taurus, he's also got a crumbled ego too, like you. So everything that he tries to be stable with, and to be Taurus-like, and to have all his possessions, everyone takes it away from him. He's learning lessons through his own possessions, that he wants everything, but he can't have it. And then it's like almost a split personality with being 2nd house Gemini. So it's think about how I'm going to have everything, how I'm going to be fed. Too much, you know, a lot of anxiety. He runs off his nerves. So there you go, he runs off his nerves. So he just can't help it. And he has to learn through his 3rd house, being Cancer and emotional and intimate. Like you and him have the same purpose to gain. Y'all both lack the same thing, Cancer energy. But his energy he wants to gain is the 3rd house of his hands, and how he writes stories, how he reads and writes and thinks is what he lacks. He lacks how to read and write and communicate through his hands and stuff. He's lacking this, but he's building characteristics of it. He's almost got it, you know. He's just living the life that he needs. That's his purpose, to come here to gain and be intimate with his words, and be intimate and emotional, but add words to his emotions, his own emotions. When he's just Mercury and Aries also flying off the handle, just saying what he wants to say without thinking and aggressively, because he needs to get what he wants. He just wants to fucking survive, bitch, you know. I needed to survive like a caveman. What I came here for is to be intimately emotional, and I lack this shit. And I already know the hard times, like you have the hard times. Y'all both have this hard, disciplined time, you know, the father figure thing. And his Saturn in Taurus inside the 12th house, where he is a psychic person. He is a very psychic person. He has spiritual things happening to him, but it keeps getting restricted. Like, no one's going to listen or understand. And since he has your brother, your dead brother, spirit around him, embodying with him, he's also having lessons, learning through the spiritual supernatural world through his own soul. He has this lesson and these restrictions and these karma things through the soul, his own soul he's going through. Oh my gosh, so he's going through with karma, with his possessions, how he's getting fed, Taurus being stable, his ego's out of fucking control, you know, but he also has a moon and Aquarius ego too. So that's a relief that he can still have that, but he has a crumbled ego. But he also is lucky with what he has with you, and he's going to be insecure if he doesn't get financially stable, but he'll be lucky if he aims at being a Taurus, being at business, lucky if he aims at it and works at it a little bit and gambles with it, he will get what he needs, as in food and shelter. He will get lucky with it, but he will learn a harder lesson. When he gets it, it will be taken away from him. Let me get that on clean. I accidentally heard your oldest son's voice, and it's more deeper than the other ones, because the other ones are just kids. That's all I wanted to say. Is that right?
Uh-huh.
So, it's weird. It's like he, I don't know how to say it.
Right.
Yeah, so how old is these kids? I'm recording.
17.
Uh-huh.
And then
The Taurus.
he's going to be 17. Oh, is it past midnight?
It is
April 26th. So.
It's April 25th right now at 9:22 p.m. 2017. Okay. And then your middle son is 14, like I said. He looked like a little 14-year-old for a 12-year-old or something.
Yeah, he did.
And then, like, because when he gets older, he's going to look younger. That's what I think. They're going to call him like a 12-year-old face all the time. That's what he's going to look like. You know what I mean? Right, and then your youngest is 13, is what you said, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Does he have a shaved head? The youngest one have a shaved head?
Yes.
Yes, that's right, because your middle said had more longer hair.
With the hair,
And he's got blonder hair? The youngest one? Lighter hair, and he's more tan, more redneck, too, right?
Yeah, he's more like me.
Exactly. I'm picking up on him now. Finally, he showed up. Yup.
He took after me.
And he's hyper with the 14-year-old, and they're more, like, jumpy, and then, like, the firstborn, he's more, like, solid and stable, because he's Taurus. Right?
Yeah, the middle one.
Yeah. What do you mean? What? The middle one? What do you mean?
Okay, the 14-year-old.
No, he's not, like, he's more jumpy, though, but he's all, like, real, just normal. You know what I mean? But, like, he's hyper, though, still. But, like, the youngest one, he's more, like, immature hyper, but...
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
But, and then the oldest one, he's more, like a teenager still, and just finding out everything or whatever.
Savage.
Yeah, like, Tauruses are savages, whatever. They want everything, have it all, and all that Taurus stuff. So funny. Everyone plays a part in their life. They're like Hitler to everyone, you know? So, I mean, it's just, they're really good at banking, money, counting money, and all that good school stuff, though, at least. Entrepreneur, an architect. What does he want to be when he grows up? Does he know yet? You don't know?
He's supposed to be finding a job, and he will not.
Oh, well, maybe he doesn't know what to do, but to make money is...
Today, I got an email, and
that's a lot of pressure.
Cemetery,
Oh, that's...
groundskeeper.
Wow, that's so cool. Maybe you'll meet your marriage partner in that kind of field, because you're freaking... Juno's and yes, all that shit. I can't believe you even know about that stuff. I mean, you could meet people in that field. That's who you want to meet, your parents' part people, because you're Juno's and Scorpio. So it's interesting that you dwelled into that.
Have you ever done that?
Did what?
Gravestone rubbing.
I don't know what that means really, but I have went to a grave.
It's where you like get, I don't know exactly the art to craft stuff we need, but I know it's chalk and you have to.
Oh yeah, cool.
Paper.
like you just get a piece of paper and you color over the paper while it shows up on the letter, so you can have a piece of paper of what the gravestar stone's name was and stuff. Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, the witch's grave. We have a legend here
And
where.
I have a friend that I met on the internet, when my brother died, and she's like, I never got to meet her in person, but she was in Arkansas, and I mean, like,
Groovy.
10 miles away from me.
Well, that's where I live too, and we're gonna meet each other, and we're gonna show up on camera, and it's gonna be badass. So, I'm gonna click.
She is totally awesome.
Yeah, and I never met you, and you never met me, and we're in the same state, and we can meet in like hours away, a few hours away. I have no clue, and we should do that. I'm just recording, so let everyone know we could do some magical psychic shit somehow.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be badass, and we'll record it
Then we
because
could get my other friend that is like
yeah,
miles away from me.
and we'll see if they're readable.
She is like, I mean, she knows her shit. And yeah.
What's their sign? Do you know what their astrology sign is? Because I'm obsessed.
No, I don't know her.
We'll just find out. We'll just find out.
I do know, she's working.
Okay, well, good for her. She likes decorations. Whoopee. Okay, well, I want to do your sun's chart to see what their moon sign is. So I'll just be like, what kind of mother you are. It'd be so fun to teach that too. It'd be fun. Okay. Like, this could make him become homeless. It could make him become a homeless person when he runs away, and he might become homeless. That, and then he learns all these lessons. Then he has to start all over when he rebels. When he rebels against his own thing, you know, his own, what he got, what he has, he can take it away from him. Or it could be taken away from him. Like if his father gave him everything he needed, his father also took it away from him too. Because Saturn represents your father. Isn't that crazy? So like, he was lying on his father for everything, and in a way that he had everything, but he can't get to it. Like, he can't grab it. Like, keeps getting away from him, like slips away from him. But it's at reach, like it's at access. But he hasn't learned his lesson on how to grab what he needs and have it as his own and be stable.
Yeah.
And that's his problem, and that's what his challenges he had, and his dad disciplined him to where it gave it to him but took it away from him. And then in the spiritual world also, because that's where he learned lessons through death too, in the soul of your own soul. He's lucky with seeing spirits. He's lucky with communicating with spirits. He has Mars in that spiritual world. He has Venus in that spiritual world. He wants to bring everyone to the spiritual world with him. He has a flash in the pan, Venus and Aries. Venus shows beauty and relationships and your own financial security in a way, and how he gets it is Aries, quick, fast, burst, aggressive, caveman, flash of pan, a warrior, a hero. He wants to be a hero, and he wants to put everything in his supernatural spirituality in the 12th house, Aries. And he is aggressive in there. His Mars is in there. His willpower is in that. His own soul. He's mad in his own soul. His Jupiter is lucky in his own soul. His sun sign shines in his own soul. Like, he almost is like a Pisces at the same time being a Taurus. And it's all swimming. It's like a cow swimming in the spiritual world. For real. And then he also has Pluto all the way in his 12th house too. His Pluto in Sagittarius, with his adventures in his 8th house, which is how he rebels, how he destroys himself, rebels without a cause, but with a cause that he can't grasp. And because of all these challenges, it's going to just be really fucking hard on him. He's going to be probably the last person to move out if he doesn't figure this out. So, I mean, this pressure is hard on him. Yeah, it's...
I already thought that.
And how he's going to be remembered, how he's presenting himself out in the career, he needs to be pushed. He needs to be pushed into a career that he can be free in and be everybody's friend. And he might not do it. He might have this talent, his true, this weird higher self though. But he needs to be, encouraged to do what he wants to do. That he knows what's best. Like to be everyone's friend, to be on the stage, he will cooperate very well. He can cooperate. He can be the star of the show if he really did want to, because he has this quality. He has the star of the show quality. But if you don't push him, if someone doesn't push him and nudge him to do this, everyone will miss out on his amazing higher self. everyone will miss out on it because of rebellious and not knowing. He doesn't know himself to be out there, but he knows something. Obviously, he's in the spiritual world. He's on the soul, swimming and drowning and all this crap. And he goes back to being this Capricorn, this hardworking person, but then again he rebels to where he goes back to his own darkness prison that he made for himself. He learned what he learned, but he goes back to this dark, depressing 8th house hole and rebels and then becomes this clumsy philosopher person. He just based everything on what his philosophy is, and it couldn't be right or wrong in this darkness. And it's weird that he'll gain emotions through this Cancerian intimacy like thing. And in the 3rd house, he should learn how to read and write is what he has the problem with. And that's interesting because the 3rd house, you know, it's like what you like, the North Node in the 3rd house, what he came here to gain. So, like, teach him, like, maybe you should write a story about what you're experiencing, and maybe he just doesn't know how to. And then again, he doesn't have to, but then again, that's his purpose.
Now he got his DD, and he scored so high that they paid for it.
Wow, good for lucky him. Lucky Taurus. Lucky. His Neptune is actually in the 9th house, too. The view of God, too. Neptune rules basically the 12th house. In the 12th house, he has so many signs in that 12th house. Luck and karma and life lessons, discipline, his own responsibilities within his own soul that he shines in with his sun sign. His ego is in his soul too, and it's just amazing. His 9th house is where he rebelled to be in the view of God, because his Lilith is in Capricorn, but it's in the 8th house, Sagittarius, where it creates that prison. And other people's money, he rebels to get other people's money. He rebels to get other people's money. That's where he has that he's proud that he can have other people's money, and he'll be okay with that. In a way, like, that's how he has to get to the top. The highest of the high of the ladder is Capricorn, and that's where he's rebelled. Oops. Oh. Actually.
Hung up on you.
Oh, that's okay. Well.
I was like, oh no.
Oh, it's okay. I'm not mad at all. Duh. But, like, oops, sorry. I'm not done with all your kids' charts. Well, anyways, his Lilith in Capricorn. He rebels to get to the top of the top of the top with his financial insecurities, which obviously he has no ego now because he's so financially insecure and unstable, and he has to learn how to be stable. And this fucking sucks for him. He becomes this Moon Aquarius person who everyone's going to remember that as that weirdo, the outcast, the one who his inner self on the outside. And that's what he wants to do anyways. He wants to prove he knows everything because he's going to learn everything. So crazy. And then he has these other brothers that are fucking Aquarius that he's going to be on trying to get to the top of, you know, the social ladder of Capricorn doing. He's just swimming with hooves and his mermaid fin in this 8th house of darkness. Like, it's crazy for him. Like, it's going to be crazy for him. Whoa.
I mean, he's pretty close to the 14-year-old.
Wow.
But my 13-year-old is that high.
Oh, so crazy. Well, okay. Let's get to the other 3. Shall we? That was fun. So he does have some spiritual work going on in his motherfucking life, and I was right. Basically, that's right. Hard lessons on this shit. So good.
I know.
And that's what kind of mother you have to be with him, with his little energy, his energy. You have to. You're trying to treat him like he's the king. You're proud of him, and then all of a sudden he is the one. Well, he's a rebellious little bitch, and like he needs to learn and discipline, and like he has to be the weirdo in this situation when he doesn't have to be, which I guess he is now, but he's cool. Whatever.
I mean,
when then again, like,
in that situation,
yeah.
I don't. I want the best for him.
Of course, yes. And plus, y'all both lack the same things, but in the way you lack a different house than he does. I'm not sure what your North Node house was in. I forgot. I'm sorry. Oops. I don't remember. But then again, his purpose is probably to have kids too. His purpose is probably to be like a mother, nourishing person or something like that. Like like the intimate burn, but it's to gain how to learn how to read and write and be with his hands and vocalize themselves in a more intimate way. Communicate.
The reading God, I think, is more of a showing his emotions.
Yeah, put the words to his emotions is what he has lacked and what he came here to gain and he needs.
He keeps it all in.
He keeps it all in, like I said. Yes. So secretive in a way, because he's just quiet in a way, because he doesn't want to get mad, because that's what you're pulling at. You're pulling at the energy of a bull, and it's very scary, because you don't know what you're attacking, and you don't know how he feels. He might be, he's very, very defensive, because Moon and Aquarius are defensive, and then again he puts his action into being his Mars and Taurus self, the bull, like he will be stubborn as fuck and rebellious as fuck because of those both fixed signs in his energy. And that's crazy. And also, just common motherfucking knowledge. Bitch. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you describe him so a lot.
The moon in the ninth house, the view of God with his emotion, with his mother. That's cool. Because it's kind of like me in a way, but it's not. But, because it's not ninth house Capricorn. But it's all about his reputation. He's going to get there. He's got to get somewhere. But he'll be probably the one that moves out last. So we need to help him be that stable person. He's not. Financially secure. He needs to be financially secure. Sad that his dad... Financially security needs his help. So crazy. So Saturn in the 12th house is his spirituality. He's learning lessons on spirituality. So maybe he just needs to be a psychic or something. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, really? Like, that's how he's gonna gain shit. How is he gonna gain? But let me see. How he heals himself, what he's hurt the most, and where he has to re-heal himself is Sagittarius with his adventures, gambling with life or whatever, his philosophy. He needs to fix his philosophy. Once he has perfect philosophy, then he has some, it gets messed up and he has to, and it gets ruined and it has to go back all over again. It's a polarity up third house, which is the view of his God. He needs to heal himself through the view of his philosophy, how he has to re-heal himself over and over, is how a Sagittarius, he heal himself as that way. His thighs, the way he's thinking, you know, his little, in the polarity. And then Ceres is Virgo. How he heals other people is how he organizes everyone, how he's everyone else's banking account person, accountant to everyone else. Like, he'll count everybody's money. That's how he heals other people and helps other people out. He helps other people by being a good servant to other people, doing the chores for everybody. He helps the daily routine kind of things. He helps everybody out with that. And his palace is in Leo. The way he wants his fucking house to be is his kingdom, bitch. He's the king in the motherfucking house and he rules it. He wants the respect. He's gonna get it the way he wants, right? And then his Juno's in Aquarius, how he's gonna meet his other love partners is being in the friendly field, the social media field, where he puts his Mars's anyways, his willpower. And his Vista, his gift is Aquarius, so he has the knowledge of this Aquariusness. He can very much be intuitive with astrology language, and it is just a little secret gift that he has, being Aquarius, how he tests other people's water, how he thinks that if you're going to be a true friend, if you're going to be on his team, then you're on his team. And he knows how to evolve and make you evolve and learn this lesson that he's learning and he's going through. And
That's exactly how he thinks. He thinks that since he being kind of a big brother, that his older brother shouldn't have to take up for them or anything like that. That they need to learn like he did.
Yeah, he wants everyone to feel like he does, obviously, duh. And he has a secret way of teaching other people without them having to go to the lesson, but he will discipline others in a way, you know what I mean? Like, he will have that out there. And then it's really funny. Like, I've learned this lesson. I can teach you because it's therapeutic, and you should. So, because that's my ego right now. And plus, he has a crumbled ego because he has mistakes in his ego. It's karma he has to learn. He has consequences with his ego. Some people can have this big old flicking flaming ego, not have to worry about things, you know. But this kid, he has to worry about his fucking ego being disciplined. And, you know, that's crazy and punished in a way, but it's not punished. It's just kind of like discipline. And the way his fortune is, how he's going to gather his fortune is, he has to be a Pisces to gather up his fortune. It's like he's getting his fortune. His fortunateness is the soul, the power of his soul, the Pisces of his unconditional love, the Pisces Christ-like energy he has inside of him is his lucky way out of all this crap, to escape, and he wants to just escape. That's the drug thing. That's where his drugs is. That's the only way he thinks he knows where he needs to escape. You know what I mean? Like, he just doesn't know everything yet. He needs his philosophy turned around to where he should be a healthy person. Like, he wants to be healthy. You need to make him want to be a healthy person. You want to make him want to be this goal that he could be, and make him more stable if he wants to reach it. And that's like Moon Aquarius is very good at coaching other people to teach them, no, these are wrong and this is right. This is good. This is the right way. The right way is always the better way. This should be, you know what I mean? Like being the friend, being the one to be the leader of the health, the guru. That's what he needs to do. And that's what his moon sign is going to teach him, how to want to be healthy instead of want to be the Piscean 12th house drug way, the place where you want to feel like out of it and in the supernatural world, when he's already a spiritual person. If he became raw, natural, and more healthy, he will be more in tune with his psychic ability. Drugs are not going to help anybody with their psychic abilities. When you think drugs, you think your soul, you think the other side and spirituality and hallucinations. No, it's the wrong way to go. And it's not good for you anyways. It's sadly to say that's not the easy way out. You wish it was. It's really not. It's not going to help you with your psychic abilities. Once you stop if he stops cold turkey, which he is, but he has to be the one that wants it. If you're the one telling him it's because you have to be, then the law is over your head, and he's like, no, authority is not going to beat me. Authority is not going to beat me. I'm going to raise myself. So he might go through he can cooperate very well. Aquarius is very cooperative. Exactly, very cooperative. He can discipline himself enough to get there to where he wants to be, making his final choice. So he might go through the little phase of, oh, I'm gonna go back to these little drugs again. But then again, I want to get myself off this anymore, because I don't want to do that no more. But I want to get this out of my system. These people are not going to get out of my system. They're putting more pressure on me, because I'm going to go back to that 12th house, and that's where it's going to be. And it's fucked up, and I'm going to start all over, and I'm going to discipline myself, because I'm going to go back to my past self, which is Capricorn, which is everything's already harder on me, and I'm going back to my past self. Can't leap over to the other side to where I'm the mother and nourishing person for other people. I'm the one that's there for other people, like the mom.
Yeah.
So good. Next.